Why did God create the world? God created the world for the praise of the glory of His grace, supremely manifest in the death of Jesus. And embedded into that statement of why God created the world is God's massive and pervasive self-exaltation and self-promotion, which a lot of people do not like. Oprah Winfrey walked away from historic Christianity at age 27 because she heard God is jealous for His glory, and it didn't sound loving to her. Brad Pitt walked away from his boyhood faith because somebody told him God requires that you consider Him best, and it sounded like an ego thing to him. And on the list goes. Early C.S. Lewis, Eric Ries, Michael Prouse. All these people have borne witness. I'm out of here because God is self-seeking. God exalts Himself. God is self-promoting. He said so 3 weeks ago in His sermon. He made it the main point. That's a problem. Here's the solution. This is point number 2 in the outline. Christian hedonism is the answer, is the solution to that problem. Here's what Christian hedonism says. I can give it to you in one sentence. God is most glorified in you when you are most satisfied in Him. God is most glorified in you when you are most satisfied in Him. That's the shortest summary of Christian hedonism we have. If it's true, there is no final conflict between your highest exhilaration and God's highest self-glorification. None. No tension, no conflict, if that's true. In fact, not only is there no conflict between your happiness and God's glory, but His glory shines brightly the more happy you are if your happiness is in Him. And since God is the source of greatest happiness, since God is the greatest treasure in the world, since God is in His glory the most satisfying gift He could give us, therefore, when He exalts Himself, sustains His glory, spreads it in the world for our praise, He is loving us. He is kind to us. He is merciful to us, giving us what will make us most deeply and most permanently happy. God is the one being in the universe for whom self-exaltation is the highest virtue. If you try to exalt yourself, you're not loving anybody. Why? Because you're distracting them from what will make them happy. God. You won't make them happy. You're quite unsatisfactory. God will make them happy. If you say, look at me, look at me, look at me, you distract them from what will save them. Give them life, give them joy. But if God exalts Himself, He's not distracting you. He's loving you. Come to me. Come to me. I'm everything you've ever wanted. Come to me. Be satisfied in me. Enjoy me. Treasure me. If you say that, you're an egomaniac. If God says it, He's love. That's the answer to Brad Pitt. That's the answer to Oprah Winfrey. That's the answer to the early C.S. Lewis and Eric Ries and Michael Prouse and anybody you've ever met who stumbles over God's self-exaltation.